What's going on, everybody? So I finally secured a decant of the Stronger With You flankers that I have been wanting to get my hands on. My ever so fabulous resident troll, Sammy, shout outs to you, Sammy, was kind enough to send me a few decants over of some things that I've really been wanting to try. He even put this lovely note in there for me. Here's to you, Sammy. It's all about the details. So today we're going to be going over my first impressions. Haven't sprayed it yet. Of the newest flanker from Emporio Armani. This is Stronger With You only. So stay tuned. So as usual, not taking a look at any notes. I've looked at them before, but I don't remember specifically. I want to say the chestnut note is back from the original. I have a bottle of Freeze. I've gotten to know it very well. I actually really love Freeze. So let's see what this is all about. One real good spray. I'm not going to breathe through my nose just yet, but here we go. Smells like a slightly fruitier take on Stronger With You. It has that similar warm spice, aquatically sweet type of opening, just a touch. It's a little bit drier. I definitely smell the chestnut distinctively right away. It's got that dry nuttiness to it. Yeah, it's getting drier by the second here. It was a little lightly fruity sweet up top, but that's toning down almost immediately. And like I said, I smell this dry chestnut note, and it smells like a little bit of patchouli, honestly. Like almost a slightly chocolatey type of patchouli. Creamy, but leaning a little bit to that chocolatey style of patchouli note. This is not as redundant to Freeze as I thought it would be. From what I understand, from what I've heard, this is replacing Stronger With You Freeze. Honestly, I think this is a bit sweeter than Stronger With You Freeze, whereas that's more fresh and fresh spicy. This has definitely got much more sweetness to it. I can't really tell exactly what it is. It's almost like a honey and chestnut kind of combo. Like almost a honey type of sweetness. But I don't necessarily think it's honey, but it's giving me kind of that feel. It's like it's a thick sweetness. This is not as fresh as I thought it would be. This is much more cooler weather appropriate than it is warmer weather appropriate. Because going into this, my understanding was this was replacing Freeze, and it may be, it may not be. I'm not certain. Can't confirm or deny that. But it's definitely not as fresh as Freeze is. It's not as spicy as Freeze. It's actually going quite a different path. Like, I don't even think they're redundant to have together. Slightly, because they're in the same line. They have the same DNA. But not to where I'd say, hey, they're too much alike. Don't get both. That's not the case here. I actually really like this. This is actually pretty damn nice. But it may be olfactory fatigue, but I feel like it's getting softer pretty quickly. It could be some olfactory fatigue because I am sniffing it pretty steadily. This is extremely nice, though. So I'm quite curious as to what the notes are. Let's pull them up, shall we? Okay, so this vanilla sweetness makes sense. Lavender grapefruit. So the way this was coming off, it was like a sweet fruitiness to it. I guess soapy lavender meets grapefruit kind of came across as a sweeter fruit. I don't know. Had a sweet fruitiness to it. According to Fragrantica, top notes are just grapefruit, mid notes of lavender and geranium, base notes of vanilla, chestnut, and labdanum. Labdanum gives a little bit of a leathery feel. The chestnut makes sense. I smell it the whole way through. The vanillic sweetness makes sense. It's thicker here, though. Like, remember I said a honey type of sweetness. It's got a thick sweetness, but not sickeningly too sweet. But this is much sweeter than I anticipated. I can't honestly say that I like this better than Stronger With You Freeze, because I don't think I do. I don't like it any less than I like Stronger With You Freeze either. So, quite interesting. But at the same time, I don't feel like it's something I have to have a bottle of. Because I do like Freeze a little bit more. It suits my taste a little bit more. And it's pretty redundant to the original. This is more redundant than Freeze to Stronger With You EDT, I think, personally. Is it lighter and less spicy? Sure. It's more sweet than it is spicy, where Stronger With You EDT is much more warm and spicy than it is sweet. So there's a difference, in a shift in balance for sure. This is very aromatic. I feel like the way the lavender plays a role in here, it enhances the sweetness. As strange as that may sound, because I felt like it had a sweet fruit up top, and it's a citrus fruit, grapefruit. And then I feel like it's more of a thicker sweetness, and it's a vanilla sweetness. So I feel like there's something in here, even if it's not listed in this particular note breakdown, that's providing a thickness to the sweetness overall. Because, like I said, it could just be my skin chemistry too, because it's coming off fruity sweet and thick sweet in the opening and the early dry down. But it is nice. It's definitely nice. Must buy? No. Definitely try before you buy, especially if you own Freeze or the original Stronger With You EDT. Definitely a try before you buy. I don't think this is a must-have in a bottle. I'll spend more time with it. I may end up needing a bottle later. I still have to try Absolutely and Leather. And I have a feeling those are going to be much more worthy of getting a full bottle than Stronger With You only. So I say try before you buy. I don't think it's a must-buy if you own Freeze or Stronger With You EDT. If you don't have either one of those and you like slightly sweeter fragrances, this is slightly sweeter than both of those, so this would be the way to go. That is my first impressions on the new Emporio Armani Stronger With You only. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. So I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. How many of you have already tried this? Honestly, I can't thank Sammy enough for sending these decants to me, because I'm having opportunity to try these fragrances that I would normally blind buy for the most part. And it might be saving me a few bucks in certain instances. Whereas at the recording of this, the video that came out this morning was Acqua di Gio EDP. And I find it to be a little bit redundant to Profondo. I'm still going to spend more time with it. I wore it out the shower last night, but I'm kind of glad I didn't just roll the dice on it, but I know I'm going to end up buying a bottle of that anyways. It is really nice, but this, I may be steering clear of a bottle. I'm going to spend more time with it. I'm going to do some full wearings. I'm going to go through this decant before I make a final decision, but where I stand right now in the first impressions, probably not going to get a bottle. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on Stronger With You only and you give it a spray now, as long as you try it first, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.